Good morning, everybody. Today I'm going to make a focus on one single indicator, which is an indicator developed by technical analyst Tom DeMark, which is known as a setup 9 signal. So it could be a setup 9 buy or a setup 9 sell. So I'm going to discuss the numerous signals we had according to this indicator between last week in Europe and this week on different world stock market indices, which are daily perfected setup 9 sell. So I'm going to explain in a few moments how we calculate this indicator and what it means. And we are going also to focus on a similar signal, but this time on a weekly basis and on the opposite direction. This is the signal I noticed last week on US 10-year bond yields, and this time it was a buy signal on yields. So if we start with the S&P 500, so first of all, how do we calculate these 9? So you can see the 9 on the chart. So when the 9 is above the bar chart, it means it's a contrarian sell. When it's below prices, so we don't see any example here, but when it's below prices, it means it's a contrarian buy. So the rule is quite simple to get a 9. We need 9 consecutive bars with closes above the close 4 bar earlier to get a sell signal, and on the opposite, we need 9 consecutive declines with closes lower than the bar than 4 bars ago. So in this case, you can see here on Wednesday, so the S&P completed a sell sequence, so a sell setup with 9 consecutive closes above the close 4 bars earlier. Why do we have an arrow? So you can see this red arrow. It means that the daily close of the daily high of bar 8 and 9 are above the daily highs of bar 6 and 7. Why do we need this condition? It's simply because after a significant rise, we want to sell as close as possible from the high of the sequence. Which means that ideally we would like the high of bar 8 and 9, which is supposed to be the end of the setup, above previous bars. So this is exactly what we have here. As you can see in the past, so for example here we didn't have any arrow, which means that the high of bar 8 and 9 was below the high of bar 7, which is usually an indication of very weak market. And we never had this signal. So if we now look at the signal we had on Wednesday, so a perfected setup 9 sell on a daily basis on the S&P. What is quite interesting as well is that we can see the S&P is back on its declining 200-day moving average. So that's more or less what we saw here. So it was in late November and also in early November. So the previous pullback on the declining 200-day moving average on the, not 200, 50-day moving average were obviously selling opportunities. So this is a quite interesting juncture. And the last point is this Fibonacci resistance. These are the Fibonacci retracements from the Q4 decline. And as you can see here, the S&P in a bit more than 2 weeks has retraced half of its Q4 decline. So it's a huge retracement. 50% is a big retracement. And what is quite impressive is that it was done in a very short time. So overall, net-net, in terms of timing and in terms of strength, the recovery is very strong. I have 3 technical elements telling me, okay, the market is very good right now, but it may need to take a breather sooner or later. So from here, the conclusion of this chart is that it's possible to start as soon as next week a pullback. This is what I would like to see. Probably most people would like to see this pullback. But I wouldn't expect a major decline from here. What I would like to see is the index taking a breather after a strong recovery. and before eventually moving higher. As a reminder, so my ideal target zone for the technical bonds, which started a few weeks ago, as I told you, this is my base case scenario actually, is between 2700 and 2800. So we are not far from that. So the risk is obviously to reach these targets sooner than expected without any significant pullback. I'm not really keen to go short aggressively here because the market is strong right now, so we'll need probably to see a bit of distribution before we can sell this market with a higher conviction. So at this stage, probable outlook would be a setback, then after that renewed strength, or at least renewed technical bounce attempt. Under this scenario, I would prefer to see the S&P holding above this support zone, which is between 2400 and 2500 and 2450. Now if we look at European stock markets, so this is the chart of the Stoxx 600. You can see this setup 9 cell. You can also see the declining 50-day moving average and this quite important Chartist resistance zone around, so on the Stoxx 600 around 350. So overall, first of all, you can see that there was no significant correction this week despite the recent setup 9 cell signal. This is obviously a sign of strength in the short term, and an indication that the market is pretty strong, especially given what happened to the news we had on Brexit. And it shows that probably the market is due to go higher. I remind you that the ideal target I have for these technical bonds is a bit higher, around 370. So 370 is this line, which is called the TDST resistance line, and this one is the 200-day moving average. So ideally, I don't think we are at the end of the technical bonds, but what these technical, so what these three technical elements are telling me is that we could see in the short term, despite this week's strength, possibly like on the S&P, the start of a pullback before we see higher levels. For me, the critical support zone for this scenario, which means a contained setback followed by renewed strength, would be, so the critical support zone is around 340. So you can see that. Maybe, yeah, it could possibly the Stoxx 600 could build a kind of a reverse head and shoulder. So we are due to build the right shoulder within the next week or two. This is the most likely scenario, I would say. Last index I would like to show you before switching to US bonds is the TOPIX. So we can see also a setup 9 sell on the Japanese stock market 2 days ago. As you can see, no significant reaction to this setup 9 sell signal at this stage. We even saw a further rise this night. So no obvious reaction so far to the signal, but as you can see, the TOPIX is not far from an important resistance zone, so this is quite similar to what I told you on the Stoxx 600 index. So this resistance zone is around 1600, as you can see here. So even though the market is strong today, I wouldn't increase position due to this setup 9 sell signal. So once again, yeah, risk reward is a bit mixed after the recent rally, also on Japanese equities. Now, if we switch to US 10-year bond yields, you can see this 9. So it was completed last Friday. So this is an indication that this one is on a weekly basis, so it's on a higher time frame. It indicates that we are due to start a technical bounce on US bond yields. Probably the weakness we saw in December was an overreaction. So I don't think we are likely to break below 250, possibly within coming months. This is becoming a major support zone, and I think there is a high probability of staying above this level, possibly in Q1. until late Q1. So start of a technical bonds after setup 9 buy signal on US 10-year bond yields. I would expect a continuation of this recovery, ideally minimum to 280, possibly 290, even higher. If we have a new pullback, which is not ruled out in the short term, I don't think yields will be able to break below 2.5. So overall, possible start of a mean reversal process after an extended decline in Q4 on US 10-year bond yields. So a pretty cautious call on US bonds. So I wanted to end with the setup 9 buy signal we saw on Brent. So these are Brent futures. So in December we saw we completed a weekly setup 9 buy. So you can see this signal. It's quite interesting to see what we could see on as well on world stock markets, which means a pullback, and also on US 10-year bond yields. As you can see, the signal was pretty good, and we started to see a very significant technical bounce back to this previous high, and I think, yeah, it's giving you it illustrates what you should expect after a 9. So right now we have seen 3 consecutive, this is the third, 3 consecutive bullish weeks, and this is usually what you could expect after a 9. Thank you very much and have a great day.